Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. All right. Can you hear me? All right. So let's start over. Sorry, I have getting a cough today. All right. So we're going to start over. Good morning, Martin. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Cindy, Zandra, Jacqueline. Good to see everybody. All right. So what I was talking to you about when you couldn't hear me is I want to bring it back to the basics. I want to bring it from the beginning. So since, we have people on here that are watching us for the first time, we have people that have watched us 100 times. And so I really want to, happy birthday, Veronica. I'm so glad you're joining us on your birthday. Really want to just take it to the beginning and really go over some ways that you can maybe practice, some ways that you can understand how airbrush makeup works, because 9 times out of 10 people are going, they get it home and then they put it on like traditional makeup, and then you're not going to love it. It doesn't work like traditional makeup. And so you really do need to retrain your brains into thinking Luminess. So again, here is one of our starter kits. We have the Icon Pro, and the Legend. We also have the Breeze, which is our cordless chargeable one. So depending on what's in your price point, what you prefer, you can pick that. Now, it all comes with makeup. It comes with a lighter and a darker in your tone, in your shade, whatever shade you're picking. Hey, Zandra. Yesterday was Zandra's birthday. So we have a lot of November B-days. Happy birthday to you. But it does come with the 2 bottles of foundation, Love and Blush. And those are ones that we're going to use today because I really want to show you how to use them and how, when you're first starting out, things that you can do to understand it a little bit better. And we're going to talk about this as well. So you always want to keep that stylus moving, make sure your 4 finger widths away, and then slightly pull back on that trigger. And that's something that we are going to go into more depth of today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with makeup because eyeshadow, I'm just going to do a little bit since I really do want to focus on the foundation and the beginnings of it. When you first get your system home, and maybe you ordered it when you got, like all these free gifts, and that's amazing. What I really want you to concentrate though on is just the foundation. Learn how to airbrush, learn the art of airbrushing, because once you learn that, everything else will be easy because you know how to airbrush, you understand it. And so, and I'm not saying like it's going to take you 28 days, a couple of days of doing these steps that I'm going to tell you about, you'll understand it. Okay. So I'm using the Nude and Naughty palette. Let's go ahead in this one. I'm going to use kind of a brownie taupe, and I'm just going to put that Pam's 44th anniversary. That's amazing, Pam. So amazing. So I'm just putting something in my crease to give it some interest, to give it some contour, really. Do we have any? Not yet, but they're coming. No Black Friday deals yet, but you know how we love to start early. I was watching some makeup videos yesterday, and I had, the trend is to kind of go all the way out here, which I don't know if I'm a big fan of. It, also is going to be according to your eye shape. I definitely think the going up versus out, especially for hooded eyes, things like that, that's going to be key, because remember, with hooded eyes, you want to bring this up. Even if you're doing something in the crease, you definitely want to bring it up, blend it up, where when your eyes are open, you can see it. It still can be darker in here, but you definitely want to see something So it's going to lift up your eyes. So with hooded eyes, it's more important to go up than out, but not to say you can't go out, up and out. Does that make sense? And so, guys, that's just one color, like seriously one color. Now I can even tweak that a little bit and going in with the darker brown, and just in that outside corner, I'm almost making a V. Where, see how it just pops it up a little bit more? And I just do that. And then that's all I have to do, okay? So eyes are done. So let's go in. And a lot of times I do my eyes first when doing airbrush, because if anything falls out, I'm able to clean up and fix before, I don't know why that's sticking out, before doing my foundation. That way you're not messing up anything. However, with the nude and naughty, with our click and place, with all everything is super, okay, who gave me the sad face? Judy, why? I hope Judy didn't leave. Cool. Judy, why are you angry, babe? Guys, my only rule, which I don't, you can leave mad faces or whatever. My only rule is you can't leave a mad face and go, an angry face and go. I need to know why, because chances are, especially since we're talking about I've been doing this for 25 years, guys. Okay. So it's not like my first rodeo. Chances are, and I would almost put money on it, the angry faces that we get are because, oh, it doesn't do what it says it's going to do. Oh, the color was orange on me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know what that tells me? You're not airbrushing correctly. And so if you're going to give a mad face, you have to come back and let me know why, because I can talk you through that, especially with this one, because we're going back to the basics. And so Jute, please come back and talk to me about it. So since she gave me the ugly face, y'all need to give me some good faces if you like it. Let's counteract that mad face. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Counteract that mad face. That's what it looks like. All right. So I did my eyes. You can't be mad. It's frustrating on my part because, oh, Judy, you are the one that I'm so calling you out. Judy, check your mad face. I think you did the angry instead of the happy face, because I know Judy loves this. I was like, wait a minute. So check that and make sure to remove this angry face. But that being said, seriously, I know there's a lot of people on here that aren't talking or, you know, like don't type in or whatever. But I'm telling you, if you are not loving it, if you're not digging the chili, it's because you're not airbrushing correctly. And most of people do that because you only know traditional makeup up until this point. And so doing that when you get the new system home, you put it on like traditional makeup. So there are things that we can do to help get started. First thing, good morning, Denise, is when you get your system and get it out, you're going to turn it on. And this is whether you're talking about the Pro, the Icon, this one, it doesn't matter. I want you to get it out. And you hear me say this every single time. I want you to work on keeping it 4 finger widths away. The system is on. I can feel this air and I can move that stylus around, but I want to work on keeping it 4 finger widths away. Now, watch yourself in the mirror do this, because when you first start, what ends up happening is you either do this because there's air blowing at you, or you come in too close because because that's what you're used to. You're used to touching your face. Oh, you're on your iPad. Is that why you gave me the sad face, Judy? Because you're on your iPad? So watch that to make sure that you can keep it that 4-finger width. So every so often, check to make sure you're that 4-finger width away. And just use the air. What this is doing, it's getting you ready and getting you used to that feeling, right? Of that air being blown on you. So just keep that movement. Now, when I'm doing my movements, notice I don't do this. My moves are very deliberate. So I can go circles around. Don't do tiny circles like this because we don't have to cover every inch of our face, but we do want to make. Oh no, Sue, the machine won't start. My button is jammed. That would send me into panic. Sue, since you're on Facebook, hon, message our customer service. I was like, what's that name? Message customer service and let them know, give them your name, your phone number associated with the account and what the issue is. And that'll start the process of taking care of that for you. Guys, we stand behind our products. We are going to make it right. Okay. So definitely my favorite thing is to message customer service on Facebook. It's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to stay online and it's with the people here. So definitely do that. They are great. And I'm just telling you, if you're not getting the right answer, ask to speak to a supervisor and be nice about it because we're going to take care of it for you. You don't have to be frustrated. I know it's frustrating. You might be frustrated because it's not working. I need my airbrush to work. We're going to fix it. And if we don't, come back on my live and I'll make sure it gets taken care of. So anyway, so using the air, just move that stylus around. You can do it not fast. There's overlap, but you're not going to every inch of your face because how the makeup goes on, it's like little pixels going all over. Okay, I am going to start with blush. Yes, I'm going to, I lied. I'm going to start with the lighter shade in my kit. Now, I happen to know what shade I am, but I'm going to go in with the lighter shade, put about 2 drops. Now, you can use this as pre-coverage. This is a good way if you don't have extra product, if you're just working off the first kit that you received and you only have foundation. I am using the Rose foundation, which is going to give me medium to full coverage. I'm turning my system on. Let me back up. The other thing I want you guys to do when starting out, because you're able to visualize this. Take a paper towel, and I'm just folding it up. I have some 2 in here. Put about 5 drops. Take your paper towel, hold it 6 fingers away, or I'm sorry, 4 fingers away from your paper towel. Start your movement. Another thing people do is they sit here and they'll pull back on that trigger till something comes out. You don't want to do that. You want the movements first and then pull back on the trigger. You'll be able to hear it and lightly pull back. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but there is makeup on here. That is how light you want it to show up. If it shows up like that, let me hold it back here. That's too much. You want it to show up gradually. Okay? That is one way to get your brain and your makeup hand familiar enough with what's going on, okay? Because when you're spraying, I'm going to tell you to spray so light that you're going to question whether or not it's even coming out. And so that is how light you want to spray. Most of the time when people are doing this and spraying that paper towel, they're like, oh, I didn't even think anything was coming. I didn't even think I was pulling back on that trigger and something's coming out. So it clicks in our brain to be like, oh, that's what she's talking about. So that is one great way to do it. That's visually for you. All right. So now I have my shade 2 in here. I'm going to go under my eyes. My nose is a little red this morning. And if y'all were here on Tuesday, you know what I showed you. So I'm focusing around my lip area. And if you don't know, go back and watch our Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah. All right. So I don't need the rest of that too. Now I could blow that out, or I can just add to it. Okay. However, I am going to do blush. See, Cindy said, yesterday I experimented with my blush. Instead of the plum, which is almost out, I used 2 drops of the Royal eyeshadow. I love that. How'd it look, Cindy? I bet that looked good. She used, she's almost out of her plum blush, which she loves. And she used 2 drops of Royal eyeshadow, which is purple. Did you mix anything with it, or did you just do the Royal? All right, so I have my drops of blush in here. Now remember, our blush is powerful. It is strong. So there's probably a little bit of the 2 in here. So I'm just mixing that together. And now I'm going in for my blush. Now, because I'm going in for blush, I am going to come in a little closer. So instead of 4 fingers, it might be 3. Because I played with the air and I can feel that air, I know exactly where it's going. See, it starts, so you can start seeing it, right? Is this as strong as I want it? No, but I'm switching to the other side. Isn't Royal purple? Isn't that purple? Hold on. I don't have my glasses on. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, I bet that's pretty. Maybe I'll have to do that. I'll do that next week. Just remind me, because I'll forget. Okay. Ready? Go back over here. Jacqueline loves the plum blush. Yeah, the plum blush is probably one of my faves too. And like Jacqueline can use plum blush, Cindy can use plum, I can use plum, like everybody can use plum. Any color, any shade can use any of our makeup, like the eyeshadows or the blushes. Because why? Because how it goes on is very light. You can get more intensity if you need to by making more passes. Okay, so there you go. Now, the blush right now may be a little heavy because you know that it does bloom. So with blush, you want to get it to like it's almost perfect. Like, I almost love it, because chances are it'll bloom to where it's perfect, okay? But putting blush on first is going to give you a softer look, because we're now going to do the foundation. And if you do get blush happy, it will blend it out. Oh, I like that. She said there was a couple of drops left of the concealer, so she blended them together. I don't know why it does this. Hold on, let me find my... Okay. So now I'm going in with my shade 3 in the rose. Normally I use anywhere from 5 to 8 drops total. Total, done, no more. 10 would be max. I'm a makeup artist and I love coverage, and I don't even have to use 10. But there are also days that I don't need all the makeup, and so I'll use 5. And so anywhere, those are good ranges. Now, because I used the number 2 to do some coverage, plus I have blush on, I have some coverage. So I may not need to use as much foundation. So I'll start one spot, make my passes, I'm gonna keep going, keep going. And then I can concentrate. If I need to blend this out a little bit more, I can concentrate on those areas. Now, another way to practice, another way to help you understand how airbrush makeup works, put 8 drops of foundation. I don't care what color, doesn't matter. If you already know your shade, use the other shade that's not yours, because this is a great way to practice. Put 8 drops of makeup in here. Start on one spot of your face and make full passes. Just keep going under the eyes, in between cheeks, chin, all of that. Keep making full passes. Don't concentrate on one area. Just make complete passes. You want to see how many passes you can get with those 8 drops. Okay? This is a great way to gauge how you're airbrushing. And so with those 8 drops, see how many passes you can get. You should be able to make, how many do you think you can make with those 8 drops? I'm going to ask y'all. How many passes do you think you would be able to make with 8 drops? I know there's a delay, so I'm going to wait. See, I don't need to use as much. How many passes do you, oh no, I got some on me. How many passes do you think you'll be able to make with those 8 drops? Anybody? I got one answer from Martin. Come on, keep answering. I want to hear. If you don't carry these around with you guys, they're the best thing ever. They get anything out. 8. Zandra says 8. Jacqueline says 10. Denise says 12. Okay, y'all are spraying super light. It should be about 5. You should be able to get about 5 passes if you're doing some coverage with those 8 drops. I know a lot of people, 8 drops would go in a second, like maybe even half your face. So make sure if you're getting 10 passes, 12 passes, that's great. You might need to slow down on your you might need to slow down on your passes, because it should be about 5 passes. I'm going to powder real quick. Not something I do all the time. A lot of times I'll do it beforehand. I love that look. It gives it more of a complete look. And so I love that. Now I'm going to add Love. Love is a hydrating illuminator. Hydrating illuminator. So it's going to give your skin some luminosity, not necessarily shine, just that young, youthful glow. Jacqueline says, I'm spraying way too light. Yes, you are. And I think it's finding that happy medium. I might have scared y'all to death about spraying too heavy. And so you're like, okay, I'm barely going to do it. So that might be the case. So with 8 drops, making complete passes, work on the five full passes, okay? But I would have to say that chances are you're probably moving too fast. And so just slow it up a bit and find that happy medium. We all know airbrush makeup is super forgiving. And so I'd rather you spray light and get 8 to 10 passes than to spray too heavy and only get 1 pass. Okay. All right. So Cindy loves love. I love the love. Love, I mix in with my foundation sometimes. It's beautiful mixed in with a blush. I'm just going to put it on that high cheekbone area. Now, I will tell you that somebody with a darker skin tone, it'll show up way faster than somebody with a lighter skin tone, and it looks amazing. Darker skin tones, you can even use it as eyeshadow. But you have a little more freedom. Whereas if I was using a shimmer, if I was using the highlight and strobe palette or a luminizer, I would stick, to that area, like not stray from that. Whereas with the Love, you can. I can even Do a little bit on my eyes. Just a little bit. And it's going to give your skin some luminosity and have your young, youthful glow. All right, so now I'm going to curl my lashes, add mascara, curl. And then because of timing, I'm just going to go ahead and do my liner. And of course, Dusty Rose. I love Dusty Rose by itself. Even if I did a red, I would sometimes use Dusty Rose. Your lip liner does not have to match your lipstick, lip gloss, cream confetti, whatever. It doesn't have to match. Let me get a mirror so I can see. So if you were on Tuesday, you saw some areas that I needed to cover, and I was able to sit there and kind of concentrate, but still keep that stylus moving. That shows you how you should spray, because maybe I haven't talked about this enough. You can spray too light, and where that's going to take you a little bit longer. So try to find that happy medium. Who was here on Tuesday that saw what I'm talking about? Anybody? Was anybody here on Tuesday who saw what I'm talking about? All right, so now I'm actually going to top it with my lip topper. You can use Zandra saw. I thought you were there, Zandra. You'll have to go back to the Tuesday. It's at the very end. I wasn't going to show it, and nobody has noticed. No one noticed, so that should show. That should be funny, because it was something I was dealing with. Cindy's like, "Yes, ma'am." It covers so well. It's something that I was dealing with since last Wednesday. And so nobody noticed. So that's kind of cool when you see what I'm talking about. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and add some. Oh, good, Zandra. Zandra says she's glad I did because it was very helpful. They're almost gone now, but. All right, guys. I do. That's right. All right. I will see you guys on Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Do something fun. Do something fun with your makeup. Remember to always do something different before you take your makeup off. That way you can see if you like it. Try it out. No pressure. You can just try it out and be good with it. All right. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Bye for now.